ladies and gentlemen, direct from the valley.
You are now rocking with the best. Hoops and Hip Hop with Coach Carter on the White Label Radio Network.
What's up, y'all? This is Hoops and Hip Hop, the podcast. I'm your boy, Coach Carter, a.k.a. Mellow One. My brother Pudge on the ones and twos. And we got a special guest in the building. My man, James Clark, the assistant coach, UCLA women's basketball team.
Yes, sir.
My man. So
what's good?
I appreciate you coming through, brother. You know what I'm saying? I met you at the 94 Feet event, and your energy was great. And I looked at you, and I saw myself.
Okay.
And that's one thing.
That's one thing. Too? You know, I was bald-headed brother.
You know what I'm saying? Bald-headed with you. You know what I'm saying? Got a little belly as well too, but I'm still moving. And I can hit his jump shot. I can still move.
That's right, dog.
I said, man, it look like me out there. Shit, it's, you know.
I'll take it.
You know, so I watched you do your thing, man. I appreciate that. And before we start the show, man, my condolences to you for your sister, whatever, man.
I appreciate it. Much respect, man.
I'm only child, but I definitely understand the magnitude of that's my brother from another mother over there. But my condolences.
Thank you.
So I like to start off with the origin story, kind of like like the superhero, where they come from. You know what I'm saying? So where you from? We had an off-camera conversation about the sports teams and things, but where you from?
Born and raised in San Bruno, California, in San Francisco.
Okay, so you're a Northern California guy.
Yes, sir. And
he walked in the door.
Yep.
And the first thing he said was, "I don't like the Dodgers."
Damn right.
And
I stand on my 10 toes with that one.
And I expect people from Northern Cal to say that because I say the same thing about the Giants. So it's a mutual.
It's mutual.
Yeah.
But we respect each other. We don't like each other. It's all good.
But now, if it's California versus anybody else, we're going to ride with each other on that part. Yeah. But now when it's coming North and South California, we're not doing that.
Well, I spent 20 years of my life in Philadelphia, so I got to root for Philadelphia sports teams. I kind of like the way them Phillies be balling. They ain't performing right now against the Dodgers. But we'll see. You never know. I still got to win a game.
At the end of the day,
it is what it is.
You got to put the banners up. You know what I'm saying? You got to put pennants up.
I got you.
I mean, you at UCLA where banners are up in the rafters
all day long.
All day long. When you walk in there, you like.
We just trying to put one up for the women's basketball team now. So yeah, if I get that, I'm happy.
So you up north. Yeah. You play high school basketball?
I did. I played high school at a school called Cappuccino High School. Yes, the coffee, but Cappuccino High School in San Bruno. I went on to go to junior college. I went to junior college in Santa Rosa Junior College, a little bit up north, a little bit further, about an hour or so outside of the Bay.
Okay.
And from there, I went on to play at a D2 school in West Georgia College. So I've been moving around, man. I moved around a little bit. I went to
traveling,
school.
Man, huh?
Yeah, man. I didn't like to stay in one place for too long sometimes, man. But it was about 32 miles outside of Atlanta, which was definitely a culture shock from a brother from California going to Georgia in the 90s, and it was different, man. But
did you own a coat when you went to Georgia?
Not at all.
Because I went to Chicago for a trip, and they said, "Oh, you need to bring a coat." I came with a hoodie like that.
Yeah, that
ain't no coat. That ain't no coat. What is that?
Yeah, dudes have bombers on,
right?
And stuff like that.
Little fur on it, Shirley's and stuff.
Say, nah, man. It was a starter,
right?
Maybe a starter jacket or something like that,
with no lining in it at all, right?
Yeah, man. It was a culture shock, bro. But it taught me some lessons.
Yeah,
and then I came back home. My mother got sick with cancer, and I came back home and went to school finished up at a small school called Bethany College. That's near Santa Cruz. Yep. So, that's pretty much the origin of my college career. Wasn't nothing special. Wasn't nothing exciting. I had an opportunity to go to University of Oregon right out of high school, but they had a thing called Prop 48. If you're an old head, you know what Prop 48 is.
The grades, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Man. Hey, kids, stay in school, man.
Yes.
Stay in school. Number one, do your homework. Haley William, do your homework because You know, Daddy didn't do his homework back in the day.
Oh, my
man,
God.
You know what I'm saying? And that cost me a scholarship, but you know, you learned your lesson.
100%. I went to JUCO down here. I went to Santa Monica College, and I was never that dude. I was kind of role player, but when I got there, it was a bunch of player of the years and Division I guy that couldn't do it. So of course my role was diminished because they here. So they took my spot on the JUCO team. Like, so yeah, the Prop 48
that's
thing
a nice
was a big,
little school too. Actually, by the way, Santa Monica Junior College is nice. That's a nice little spot right there.
Yeah, I was there,
beach.
but I was too busy playing dominoes and hanging on the quad. So
it happened. I hear you.
life took over. So
yes, sir.
You ended up. Did you play any pro ball?
I played a little bit. I went to Australia. Good friend of mine. I think we all know a guy named Phil Handy got me out to Australia.
Okay.
And, tried to do my thing a little bit. Didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. But, at least I got out there for a little bit. Well.
And was it a culture shock again?
Yeah, you looking around for brothers. There ain't too many.
Ain't too many. You see a little speck in the crowd. You reach out to them.
Australia was different, but it was also fun.
Was it? Okay.
It was fun. And Phil was doing his thing. It was good to see one of my best friends, out there, hooping and stuff like that, and seeing the fanfare. But I wanted it for me. It just didn't happen for me, But,
What made you want to coach?
My junior college coach always told me I'd be a basketball coach.
Did he?
Yeah, he always said, JC, you're going to make a really good basketball coach one day. And I was like, man, shut up. You know what I mean?
I want to hoop forever.
Hoop,
yeah.
I ain't trying to coach, but, once I knew my career was not going to be able to go the way I wanted it to go, coaching's the best thing because it kept me still involved in the game.
And what was your first coaching gig?
First coaching gig, I took an internship with the Orlando Magic.
So right straight to the pros.
2001 when they had like T-Mac and young Mike Miller, a messed up Grant Hill. But Grant Hill had them ankles, man. He couldn't even play a whole season. But T-Mac just took off, right?
Yeah.
And I started the internship out with the NBA, and then they asked me to do the internship with the WNBA. They have a WNBA team there called the Orlando Miracle.
Okay.
And they had some real good ball players, and I was still able to move and get up and down with them. So I did the video intern with them. Okay. I was their video coordinator / practice player / get some water /
everything else, right? Janitor, everything else, right?
So, but it was a cool experience because I got to see a professional women's basketball, how they moved, how they, they took the game like we took it, and I got to see that for the first time.
Yeah.
Because, in college, you're like, man, I don't really want to hang out and watch women's basketball.
Yeah.
As a dude, you know what I mean? And nothing against that, My mind was forever changed when I went to the WNBA and see how hard them girls rocked, man.
What was the difference between coaching or doing the boys, or the men, I should say, and the women? What was the difference?
I mean, honestly, everybody asks me that question. Is the athleticism is just really the difference?
Yeah, the men's have more.
I mean, if girls was jumping out the gym, there'd be no difference. But
IQ still the same.
IQ still the same.
Skills.
IQ might even be better.
And the girls,
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna
because they have to.
They got to be fundamentally sound. Yeah. They got to be able to, have great footwork, and to be successful, you got to have all those top-notch fundamentals, and so I didn't really. For me, it was seeing a woman want to be in the gym as much as I wanted to be in the gym.
Yeah,
and that kind of just changed me. So.
And did you? So you stayed on the women's side after that?
I did. I moved to Philadelphia, and I was able to finish up my undergrad first and foremost. Respects to my mom, she always made sure that I had to finish my undergrad.
So you got the books correct after a while. Yeah,
good books correct, and I had to go to night school. Don't ever go to night school, y'all. Trust me, this stuff is terrible.
I went to night school to graduate high school, so yeah.
You already know.
Yes.
You just got done a long day at work and got to go sit in the class with some boring ass instructors.
Right.
So it's like, right? But I learned my lesson, and I was fortunate enough to coach at Drexel University for about 7 years. So women's side, it was
women's
cool.
side.
Yeah.
Dope. Did you ever try to get back on the men's side, or you just kind of stayed on the women's side?
I stopped coaching basketball. I stopped coaching collegiate basketball in 2012 on the women's side, and Phil and I talked about starting my own player development company.
Yeah,
and that kind of got me on the men's side. I coached high school for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I coached a young kid who's playing with the Clippers right now by the name of Derrick Jones Jr.
Okay.
So I used to see all the stuff that he's doing on TV. Airplane Mode. I saw that stuff when he was sophomore year in high school.
Kid, okay.
Kid was jumping out the gym. I'm like, who's a skinny kid doing all this stuff? But
Yeah.
I always wanted to get back on the men's side and really try to get back into the NBA and I had a brief stint with the Sacramento Kings and the Stockton Kings at G League, but that wasn't my calling, I guess.
And the women's side just kept calling your name, and you kept.
I really had no intentions of coaching women's basketball ever again, to be honest. But I've known Coach Close for about 15 years. When she first got the head coaching job, we had met at the Final Four in Denver, and I was doing a player development symposium, and we just hit it off with that, with sharing the same love and passion for developing kids, and I was working out a guy named Miles Bridges for the Charlotte Hornets in Hawaii, and I thought I was going to have a job with the Charlotte Hornets. Mm-hmm. And, they pulled the okey doke on me, and sure enough, I'm in China with Kyrie and Phil, and Corey asked, hey, I got a position open. Cause I called it every summer like, hey, you got a position open? Got a position open?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because UCLA has always been one of the schools I always wanted to coach at. I always coveted that,
Yeah.
Because, well, you're a Southern Cal guy, but, you watch, for us, it was the Pac-10.
Pac-10,
yes. Stanford, UCLA, Cal, UCLA. And
yeah.
I was a big Reggie Miller fan back in the day, man. Reggie with that unorthodox shot, but that bad boy was going in all
every
the
time. Every time.
Pooh Richardson, another Philadelphia guy. But Pooh was nice with it, right?
He was super
Pooh
nice.
was nice with it, right?
Yeah,
So I used to, I'm throwing out names, but, that was my UCLA experience. That's what we watched on TV.
100%.
And, anytime I got a chance to get and see them play, I was like, man, and they got some nice colors.
Yeah, right. They look good on you.
Look good on me. That light blue look good on me, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So
you was reaching out to her, and then she finally had a spot open up.
Finally had a spot open. 14 years later, and I was in China, and I said, hey, look, the minute I touched down on American soil, we'll rap, and I got hired, and
you was in China doing
for Anta. So that's when Kyrie did a little tour with Anta.
Got you.
And it was and shout out to Kyrie, man, that young fella doing his thing with his tribe in Anta. But so I'm proud of that kid, man.
Yeah, I see Phil just signed with them, so he's official Anta. Guy. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Makes sense.
Why not?
Why not? Why not put some money in your pocket?
You already support the brand, and you in Dallas now too, so it makes sense.
It was a match made in heaven for him.
I'm
happy
it
for
makes
him.
Sense.
Yeah.
So you got the call, and it was just seamless. You kind of plug and play. You're the player development coach over there.
Well, we all are. I
Okay.
mean, there's not really a player development coach. Like it's not like a pro team. Coaches have their responsibilities.
Yeah.
And we each have players that we have to work with. And she told me right off the gate that and I had a little bit of reservation.
Yeah. Why?
I was coming in late, so I got hired October 10th, which is actually 2 days, from now. So I'll be there for a year, but I've already missed most of their,
preseason are the
at least
conditioning and stuff like that.
4 weeks,
because the season starts in November.
Yeah, so I was already coming in late. I didn't know anybody. So how it worked out is for the past 3 or 4 years, every summer I'd be in LA, I would work some of her players out.
Okay.
And Janiah Barker and Tamia Gardner had just transferred to UCLA, and she asked me if I could work them out. She wanted me to get a feel for them, talk to her about what they might need to work on, but we all sparked a good relationship. And she just said that, you know what, if a position open, I'm going to need you. And it's just so happens. So I kind of always tell the girls that, hey, look, y'all two got me this job, because if we didn't vibe so much like we did, I'd still be working at the sports academy in Thousand Oaks. You know what I mean?
So you got there. You was a year ago,
Yeah.
October 10th. Funny, that's my 3-year-old's birthday.
Okay.
October 10th.
All right, shout out 2 more days, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you get over there and you guys hit it off. And what's your role there? So you said that there's not like the NBA team. So what is your role like currently? When you walk in the door every day.
Last year, I didn't know what my role would be, because I was a little nervous. They already had, the coaching staff had been there. 2 of them had been there since she had got there. So they've been together for 14 years. And then Coach Tasha had been there for 8, going on her 8th year, and then the young fella, my boy Soed, he had been a manager. Now he worked his way up to a coach. So they've had this bond.
Yeah.
And here comes this new guy.
The outsider coming in, kind of breaking up there.
Like, so it caught me for a loop, but, they were welcoming, and it took a little while to all of us gel. But really, last year I was just in charge of the forwards. So, just getting in there, getting them in the gym, getting some work in.
Okay.
Player development, but I still had scouts.
Okay.
So, but now I'm more involved in recruiting.
Okay.
Heavily involved in recruiting, heavily involved in the scouting, which is still there, and always definitely going to be involved on court.
So are you traveling for recruiting? So
Yeah.
you're pretty much going across the country?
Everywhere, man. We recruit everybody, man.
Okay.
That's
good.
If you in South Dakota, or somewhere, we're going to find you. You know what I mean?
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so.
So it's funny that your story is kind of similar to mine. Actually, I've been coaching boys basketball I started late. I just turned 50 this year.
Yeah, shout out.
Thank you, my brother.
Man, 52, I got you.
There you go.
We right
and I was chasing boys' jobs recently.
Yep.
Nothing panned out.
Yep.
And I just recently, this week, became the girls' head coach at San Fernando High School.
Man, what's up? Talk to me, man. You got anybody I got to recruit?
Not yet.
I got you.
Not yet. Not yet.
I got you.
But we gonna make it work.
We gonna make it work.
100%.
We gonna make it work. Shout out.
But like you said, I was chasing the boys thing, and it just fell in my lap. And I've been coaching little 10-year, 11-year-old girls for the last 6 months, and it's just energy wise, it just shifted me.
At the end of the day, we're teachers, and we get to do what we love, and don't matter if they're boys or girls. If dogs could hoop, I'd coach dogs too. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
You know what I mean? So I just like to be on a basketball court and be able to teach some people, man, how to put the ball in the basket, bro.
So how was your experience? So your first year there, last year, you guys killed it. You guys killed it. You guys, I'm a big supporter of women's basketball, college basketball. I like college basketball.
Period. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a full NBA game in forever.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I watch college boys and men, women as well too. But you guys killed it.
Yeah.
Ended up in the Final Four.
Yeah.
For the first time in school history.
Yeah. Well, during the NCAA era, I'm gonna correct you. So
yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So before that, I know Ann Myers. Shout out. She's a GOAT. They had a league before the NCAA in 1978, and then once the NCAA took over and allowed women's sports to be included in that, so technically, yes, we are the first team to go to the NCAA Final Four, and it was pretty awesome, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't know how good we was gonna be. I was coming in a little puppy. I didn't know nothing,
I'm gonna be honest with you. You guys shocked me.
Okay.
And I'm a connoisseur of the game, and I'm like, you said the what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Oh, Betts is ball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I said, let me take a look at this because the conversation in the city
we already
wasn't about UCLA to start.
Yeah.
And the hype was somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, we know.
And you guys took it. You took the attention and spread it amongst.
We did.
Yeah, which is great.
It's good to share a spotlight.
Was that a conversation in like the locker room about being an underdog or not?
For sure.
Was that the?
I think obviously we played South Carolina at home, and you're taking on the number one team. They ain't lost a non-conference game in 2 years, maybe.
Yeah.
And they came in and we put foot to butt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we were able to get that recognition on the national stage, and I think that kind of like elevated our bravado a little bit. We got really like confident, and from there we just kept stacking and stacking and stacking. And, we hit a couple hiccups against a team that I don't want to talk about, but you know what I'm saying?
Of course. I mean, hey,
we hit a couple hiccups, but, they were a good team. But at the end of the day, when it all mattered, we were able to, seal a victory and move on. So, but it was cool, though. It was good to be the underdog.
Yeah.
Always be good to be the underdog.
It's always good when you surprise people.
But at the time, when you're the underdog and then you take over the big dog, now you're the hunted.
You're the hunters. It's a little different
and it took a lot. It took a lot for them to understand that you're not the underdog no more.
Yeah.
Every night somebody gonna come at your neck.
You can't cruise.
Yeah, can't.
You can't cruise.
Yep.
So, did the girls after the South Carolina game, did they believe they became believers then? Because
I think they always believed.
Really? Okay.
But kicking somebody's butt and taking over, doing something that a team hasn't done in almost 2 years.
Yeah.
You kind of, like I said, you like, oh wow, yeah, you get your
Just
LeBron James on, you get that
going
a little bit, you know what I mean? You get that little right, and
I'm sure on campus, I'm sure
it was buzzing.
I'm sure things a little different.
Buzzing,
you know what I'm saying?
buzzing. People know your name a little bit more,
right?
You know what I mean?
And now they come to the games a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, UCLA, under Corey, last couple of years have definitely always had. They were always in contentions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They just hadn't got over that hump.
Yeah.
And I think, when you finally get over that hump,
yeah,
it's like, oh, we are good. We are this. We can do this. We can do more.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they finally realized.
And that probably helped you in recruiting as well, too.
It has.
When you walk in a person's house and say, hey, we was in the Final Four and we did this, whatever.
They see those 4 letters. Those 4 letters are universal, man.
100%.
Yeah.
Even in the, I'm going to say worst times, or even in the down years, UCLA always has this name.
Yeah.
Like, no way, thank God to the people before you.
Yeah.
But you can walk in any building and people know what UCLA is, what the colors are, no matter where you're at.
No doubt.
So that's the beauty of that.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it is. It's dope. It's dope. It's dope to see. So you jumping on the women's side, and that was your first year.
Yep.
Now, year 2, expectations are high now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, ain't no like catching on like off guard.
You can't sleep on. You ain't caught sleeping no more. You up there.
But you guys, I'm watching your roster, and you got some
We got some
players.
heat. Yeah,
Got
I mean,
some players.
we didn't. We lost a little bit. We lost a few.
Unfortunately, you lost one of them to the
other team.
town.
Yeah.
How did that feel? So did you know that was happening?
I think we kind of suspected it, but we were kind of hoping it wasn't going to happen. But we also kind of suspected it.
Yeah.
And shout out, London's a great player, man. She's awesome. I love LJ, man, and I hope if she ever sees this, I miss you. I wish you were still at UCLA, but I understand you had to do what you had to do.
Yeah.
And at this, she had to do something for her career, and you can't be mad at that. You know, am I upset that she went across town? A little. It's gonna feel different. And I don't have the relationship that the other coaches did because they recruited her. They had her for 3 years. But even though my year with her, we still bonded.
Yeah.
And it still hurts. You know, but it'll feel different when we play them for sure.
It's all, but at the end of the day, it's still basketball.
Still hoop.
It's still love, and she's a hometown hero. So
no doubt.
we want her to be successful, but just not against you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna root for her. I'm gonna root for her, like you said. But when we play, the minute USC and UCLA got to get on the court, it's gonna be, just like Juju. I know Juju. I've watched Phil work with Juju since she was a sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
So I understand, and it stung when they kicked our butt, at home, and they was putting all the 4s down and all that stuff. But at the end of the day,
they did do that.
I
remember that. Yes.
But at the end of the day, we got a little silent revenge on them, but that's the beauty of rivalries.
Love it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that people ask, why you want to coach high school basketball still? And because money, and I like the school aspect of the rivalry. I like the old guy that used to go in the 60s still wearing the Letterman jacket
right?
And supporting the brand. I love that. I love that. And that's one thing that pro teams don't have much of because so much free agency now, so it's kind of hard. You still have baseball and football, you still have it. Yeah. Basketball, not so much.
Free agency, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the loyalty is gone. It's tough to see a player stay with one team for his whole career. It's shout out Cole for staying with the Lakers for as long as he did, and guys like Reggie Miller staying in Indiana for his whole career. It's just
rare.
Something about that.
Yeah, it's rare.
I kind of as much as I love Michael Jordan, I didn't want to see him in no Wizards uniform.
It look weird every time you see it, right?
Right? Yeah. I don't even really count those years.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Like throw those away.
You know what I mean? But so but it's a business, man.
That is a business.
And
it's crazy because now college basketball is becoming a business as well,
absolutely,
too.
Yeah.
And these players are now understanding their worth,
Yep.
and it's become a business. So you're seeing girls and guys go to 4 different schools in
Which is
4
crazy.
years. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
You know, anytime you wanted to transfer, you definitely had to sit out a year.
Yeah.
You transferred inside conference. I could have sworn if you transferred in conference, you might have had to sit out 2. But maybe I was just. It was 2 years,
2
right?
years?
Yeah, right.
I didn't know
I
2
knew that.
years.
It was 2 years. And I mean, I think last year I was watching the men's NCAA tournament. I saw a guy who played for 4 different schools.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, you ain't going for the education.
Not heck.
You just going to get your bag. You know what I mean?
At
That's
this point,
crazy.
you chasing a check.
Yeah. So but at the end of
It's a business.
it's a business,
And you can't fault somebody.
you can't hate on them for doing it,
No.
because if they giving it,
Especially right now.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be some regulations at some point.
They got to be.
So it's Wild Wild West. Let's go
Yep.
and get as much as you can.
Yep.
And sit on it, because most of these people that are doing it are not NBA or WNBA bound. So
Right.
their careers are going to be over once they leave the school, unless they become assistant coaches. or
unless they
coaches.
want to go to in Europe, it's not easy to get to.
No.
You
No.
know?
China and all these other places, no.
I mean, people think that I'm gonna finish out my college career and I'm gonna go play overseas, and you might be in like Sweden or something like that, or London.
You gotta-
and those ain't like real big places to
No.
go to get your money.
no, it's
And people be like, well, they're not giving me enough bread. I'm like, well, I mean, you played for 4 different schools in 4 years.
I just
You
saw
get
that
numbers.
Victor Oladipo is in China somewhere. The Spurs just played an exhibition game,
Yeah.
and he dropped 27 on or whatever. He's a former all-star and can't get an NBA job. So those are the type of guys that's DeMarcus Cousins. Going overseas. So you can't say, hey, I played 4 years at the local Division II, I'm going overseas. No, because the NBA players that are not in the league no more are still hooping.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah,
it's definitely a different game now, and nowadays you overseas, you can have 4 or 5 imports.
yes.
Back
in the day when you was there, one, right?
You only had 2,
Two, okay.
and in Japan, I remember touring, and I worked out a team in Japan a couple years, a long time ago, and they were telling me that they could have up to 4 imports, but only 2 of them can play at the time. 2 of them play at the same time.
So 2 got to be on the bench. You can't put them all in the same.
You can't put them all together at the same time. So it was like, that's wild.
That is
You know what I
wild.
mean? You know what I mean? So it's like, right?
That's crazy.
It's like, how you can't even ball. Like, we can't even play together.
No,
you know?
that's crazy. That's
So,
crazy.
this is different times to change, for sure, man.
So, you wasn't around UCLA when they was in the Pac-12. You don't even know the Big Ten. When as a
coach, last year was their first year in the Big Ten. I would have loved to have been able to coach in the Pac-12.
yeah,
And I don't even like to call it the Pac-12. It's the Pac-10.
Pac-10, right?
You know what I mean?
Pac-10.
I grew up in the Bay Area. It was the Pac-10. man.
100%.
And it was the Big Ten is different.
That's my next question.
Yeah.
How is it being in the Big Ten? Because I understood college basketball to be regional. ACC, you got all those Atlantic Coast Conference,
Yeah.
Pac Pacific Division. Like you got
You know what I'm
now,
saying?
you guys are traveling to
Oh man, it's
like Nebraska
bruh.
during school. It's wild.
We had a road trip and we went out to Indiana.
Uh-huh.
Now again, we grew up in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
When you're watching TV, you think Indiana, you're thinking Bobby Knight, you're thinking,
Yes.
you're thinking at a Assembly Hall. And,
Yes.
And I get to
Hoosiers, yeah.
and I get to Assembly Hall, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm coaching in Assembly Hall.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't believe I'm looking at the awkward stadium that they have, the structure, the seats, and I'm just like, man, this place is cool as hell, man. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And we got out of there with a victory. Had to drive down the road, and we spent 2 of the most boringest days in West Lafayette and Purdue.
In the
and
middle of
again,
nowhere.
Purdue was like, Gene Katie and
Katie, yes,
the
the
Boilermakers.
Jackets,
So
yes,
know what I'm saying. And shout out to my girl Katie Douglas, who played for me in Orlando. She was a Purdue grad and won a national championship. But it's like UCLA versus Purdue.
Doesn't even sound right.
It don't sound right.
Unless it's a bowl game in
Right.
football or something,
Right,
like
but
yeah.
but it was honestly cool to see those schools.
Yeah.
But it also felt very awkward.
Yeah.
Because again, I would have loved to have been home to been able to play Cal and Stanford.
Yeah.
You know, for me
Yeah.
personally. You know, going up there because I got my family up there. People can come up there, give shouts out, and
Yeah.
give me heckles and all that kind of stuff.
Yes,
But
yeah.
I don't know nobody in West Lafayette.
No.
You know what I mean?
But it goes back to the business thing.
Yeah, it goes back.
It's
It's
just
football
a straight
money.
business decision. It's football,
Football
money. Like
money.
you said,
Yeah.
football money.
Yeah.
And the girls are just a byproduct of that.
But it was also cool to win a Big Ten championship title, tournament title, you know, and be the first ones to do it, you know, and I thought that was pretty cool. You know, playing. You know, this year we get to play at Michigan, so I'm going to see my Fab Five boys. You know, what I'm saying?
Yes.
I get to see those.
But
Only they have the
I was
banners
about to say
up.
they didn't
don't
put
have
the banners up yet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They need to
but
put it back.
But you still had that. You know, they there.
Of course, you know it.
They're
Yeah.
somewhere on campus.
Of
They
course.
just ain't put them up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah,
No,
but,
but
you know,
nostalgic. I love
yeah,
it. I
so-
love it. What is now currently now? Do you have a title now? Or are you just still an assistant
We're all
coach?
assistant coaches.
Assistant coach.
Yeah.
Are you still in charge of the forwards? Or are you doing pretty much?
I think we all do it. We all dibble and dally with a lot of people, but I've been mainly working a lot this summer with Lauren.
Okay.
And we got a new young girl who transferred, who's probably one of the best shooters that I've been around, and Gianna Neepkins from transferring in from Utah.
Okay.
So, you know, I get to work with her. I still get to work with my girl Tamia when she gets back healthy. And we all get to, you know, if I'm out on the road, you know, an assistant coach will take care of, you know, putting some work in with
Yeah.
them.
How does it work? So do the players call you, or is there is there a schedule? They say, hey,
ask you.
coach, I want to
Yeah.
get
I
in
want
the
some
gym.
extra work in. Yeah.
What if they don't? Do you call
Well-
them and say, hey, get your butt in the gym?
There's no get your butt in the gym. We have a 20-minute schedule before practice and 20-minute after.
Okay.
So they all have to get their extra. Either you come in the morning or you come after practice. You got to
Gotcha.
get 20 extra minutes in your player development. So
Okay.
all coaches are around, and we do a great job. You know, I work with some really good people who know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, shout out to my young boy So. He's going to be the young fella's going to be a head coach one day, and he's a student of the game. He's got his headphones on, and he's always watching basketball in his office. You know, Tasha Brown is, you know, former head coach of her own right. Now she's a really good guards coach, and I get to work with some people who know what they're doing. And, you know, my guy Tony, he's been there for 14 years and coached at Santa Barbara. All these people got, you know, great
Information.
pedigree with
Yes,
them. You know,
I love it.
that.
How did you connect with young women as being an OG
I mean-
and an older man? There has to be some kind of
I
connection.
mean, honestly, it's just about your knowledge of the game and them wanting to get better at it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And if you come in there and you're teaching them stuff that they, you know, maybe they might not have been taught before, or maybe you said it differently than another coach has.
Yeah.
And the way you move on the court. You know, I pride myself on my sweat equity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I can't put in the sweat equity with them, get down there. If I'm not sweating, then what am I doing? You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes.
I can't sit down and coach you. That's just
No.
not in my pedigree. That's not who I am. So I think for me, connecting with kids is the easiest thing.
Okay.
You know, once we get on the court, we're going to vibe.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's the beauty of coaching. You know, I mean, I'm a teacher at heart. This is my classroom. And this is you know, if I can't connect with my students, then I shouldn't be coaching. I shouldn't be teaching.
100%. 100%. What is the most surprising thing that you've learned by being at UCLA over the last 2 years now, whatever, that you may not know before you got there, or you shocked you that they do, or that's different or whatever?
I wouldn't say there's nothing. I've been in this game a long time, man.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, so I can't really say nothing shocked me. I get to get on chartered jets.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
so,
Okay.
You know, G League, man. When I was in Sacramento, the G League, we was on
Commercial?
We was on Southwest.
Southwest.
If you get that C roll, he was in the middle, man. You know what I mean? You sit in the middle next to somebody you don't want to be sitting next to, and
So
you
the,
know,
the women's basketball at UCLA charter jets?
Well, we got to.
yeah.
You know, we got
I mean,
to.
you traveled all the way to
traveled-
Nebraska.
I mean, last year I think Coach said, I think last year we led the NCAA in miles. You know, our first game was in Paris.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We come back and we got to go to Hawaii.
wow.
You know, we come back, we got to go to New York. You know, it's just back and forth, and it's just
That
like
makes sense.
It's a lot of miles. So you know,
Makes
you had
sense.
to, you had to charter a couple flights. You know,
Yeah.
so, but I mean, nothing really. Scouting's the same. Verbiage is, the
Yeah.
verbiage is the same. You know, like you said, they're professionals now, so you have to treat them like professionals.
Yeah.
You know, they're getting meals right after practice. They're getting meals catered to them, both men and women's, and that's pretty cool to be in college. And you know, but it also takes away some of the college atmosphere,
the hunger, the grind,
like the grind. You know, we used to eat in the cafeteria.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. When you went to college, you ate at the cafeteria.
Yeah,
in the cafeteria
with other students around you.
Who might not have hooped. You know what I mean? Or you know,
football players, soccer players, whatever.
Yeah, you ate with students. Now you don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, the athletic department will have food for the athletic team, and the men's football team has this. The men's and women's basketball team has that. It's
segregated.
You're segregated. You're sectioned off, and that's the part that I don't like that much because you know, when are you a student? When are you experiencing college?
Yeah.
You know,
treat it more like you said, a job. Now.
It's a job.
It's a job. It's not. You're not a student athlete.
You're a paid employee.
A paid employee. Exactly. Employee number 05.
Yep.
How is it? You wasn't there when UCLA was Under Armour.
No.
Now, you got lucky. You got the Jordan brand on.
Yeah, man.
I was looking at. I'm a gear person.
Me
so
too.
I'm like,
I got you.
I'm like,
I got y'all laced up events. I got you guys. We'll take care of you.
The Jordan brand. Yeah. How was the gear haul with you guys?
For me, you know, there's people who really love Michael Jordan, and there's people who are obsessed with Michael Jordan. I guess I would say I was one of those people who was obsessed with Michael Jordan growing up.
Me too. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember getting the first pair of Jordans.
What number? What was it?
I had these, the threes.
The threes. That was my first pair too.
Yeah,
the threes, the
threes.
black ones. Yes.
Yep, my cousin, may he rest in peace, cousin Rich, gave me a pair of the Charlotte Hornet threes.
Okay.
Back in the day, and I didn't take those shoes off for nothing. They had to have stunk like a mug. Cause
it made you run faster, jump higher. Everything was just
money. It's the shoes. It's got to be the shoes. It's got to be the shoes. You know what I mean? So I wore them bad boys like they was going out of style.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The bottoms was off them bad boys, and I was still rocking the hell out of them because they were the only ones I had. I didn't know when I was ever going to get another pair. You know what I mean? Now you can get them all fixed up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't taking these to the local dude who took repair shoes.
Yeah.
He looked at me crazy. But, I mean, it feels real good being able to wear the symbol on your chest every day because that's somebody you idolized.
Have you met him?
I was so close, bro. I was working with Chucky Atkins, if you remember him. He played for the Detroit Pistons.
Yes.
And you know, I was in Detroit, and they played the Wizards, and it was his last game in Detroit. And on one door, Anita Baker comes out. She sang the national anthem. Coming out the tunnel is Michael Jordan. Now, my mom was a super Anita Baker fan, so I went over and gave Miss Anita a hug. And the minute I turned around, there was Mike. And he was walking away.
Past you.
I was like, you got to be kidding me, dog. I said, is this how close I'm going to get to Michael Jordan? But I hug Anita. And Anita, you know, I'll take a hug from Anita any day. But I was like, come on, bro.
30 seconds.
Like, just give me a dap. Give me this.
Little head nod, a fist bump,
something.
Yeah.
Right? Never. That's as close as I got to him, man. And, I mean, hopefully one day, you know. I know we play North Carolina in Vegas. Maybe you might want to come out and watch the game this year. But
I'm a Carolina fan too. That's my school. So yeah, maybe
I can't win tonight, y'all.
I'm a Carolina fan. Like
I can't win tonight, man. Dodgers, Rams, and now you're gonna drop the Carolina ball on me right now, man. I'll tell you.
See, Carolina keychain.
Because
of Michael Jordan, James Worthy. I'm a Lakers fan too. So
I got you, James Worthy, Kenny Smith, all those guys, man. You know,
so yeah,
Sam Perkins.
Maybe I had to come to the game and root for you.
I got you.
And root for them.
You know, you gotta make sure you had a UCLA shirt on. Watch that, bet that.
Yeah, I'm a local. Yes. So
I got you.
Maybe when you guys win the national championship.
No, it's win.
Jordan now comes out.
I would love for that. You know. If I ever get to meet him, I probably wouldn't know what to say.
You wouldn't say nothing. You probably just dap him up and
hey man, keep it
pushing.
Moving. You know, it was an old song by Gangstar. My man Guru, he said something like, about being fanboys back in the day. I just gave a brother a pound and told him my name and peace.
Yes,
that's
yes.
what I would say to him. You know what I mean?
Yes.
James Clark, nice to meet you.
Because what Ice Cube had a song too about get off my and tell your chick to come here. So so we ain't gonna be too much. We say what's up and keep it pushing.
Keep it pushing. That's
keep it pushing.
Yep.
But that's dope. So how is the gear? I'm always worried about
the gear.
Do you
is
have
cool.
a closet? Is there a closet in the school where you say I want a new pair of shoes and I can get a pair?
I wish I could have that.
How's it work?
It don't work that way.
Okay.
The girls get majority of the gear than the coaches do.
Yes, of course.
So I'm still waiting on some basketball shoes. It's just some Jordans that I can actually hoop in. I'm not hooping in my threes.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't hooping in my Travises and nothing like that.
No.
But honestly, it's just we get a lot of shirts. We get some
polos
and all
like
that
coaches
stuff.
stuff. Coaches stuff. You probably got some trainers or something like that.
Yeah.
Some little running shoes or whatever.
Just the normal UCLA gear. And UCLA is still a Nike school, so I get Nike stuff too.
You still got Nike stuff too?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I didn't know how that works. So even though you're Jordan,
so only the men's and women's and football are Jordan. Everybody else is Nike.
okay.
So I still go in there. I still see some stuff that just say Nike, and I'm a big Happy Bear dude. I like that. To me, that represents UCLA when you see the
classic
bear.
Happy Bear. Yes.
Me personally, I gotta have something. I gotta have a lot of stuff with Happy Bears on it because that's how I remember UCLA.
I got a hat with the Happy Bear. Happy Bear's dope.
It's
I actually
dope.
got a cow hat with the cow bear on it too.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you recognize your teams from their mascots.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why Stanford had a damn tree, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But don't make no sense. But obviously. It is what it is. They're the Cardinals, but they got a tree, but it's all good though, Whatever. Yeah.
So this season's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Is it championship or bust? How's the conversation going now? Because last year you was probably saying we got a good team. We're gonna make sure we're underdogs, so we're gonna shock some people. You went to the Final Four, which shocked some people, but now you have this expectation.
Yeah.
What is the conversation in the locker room now?
I just think it's one game at a time, man. Because if you start thinking ahead, that's when things go wrong. So
you trip over the present, right?
Yeah. So you gotta stay. You gotta stay. In the moment. Be present. Be where you're at.
But you're also preparing for the future.
Absolutely. You gotta prepare, but you also just have to. Because we're so media heavy nowadays.
Yeah.
Everything is out in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the social media, something this, that, and third, gonna say something about you. If you lose one game, you're a bust. Nobody's a bust. There's only one team that wins.
Yeah.
If we get there and we didn't win, would I be disappointed? Absolutely. But again, I'm one of the 4 best teams in the country.
Yeah.
I had never coached in the Final Four.
What was that experience like? So you win. Go to the Final Four. Of course, now the media is a frenzy. You got all this commitment.
It was a lot of hoopla around it, man. And
was it too much?
A little bit for your first time. Yeah, for sure. But I just think we caught a team that was really hot at the right time.
Yeah.
And did we? UConn just came out there and they did what they were supposed to do, and they hit us with a lot of haymakers out in the first and caught us off guard, but. At the end of the day, they did the same thing in South Carolina the next day.
Exactly.
So they were just hot.
Hats off to them.
And hats off. Gino had been there before, and you see
preparation.
Things are different when
Yeah.
teams have been there before. Like Don had been there before. Us in Texas, we were newbies, so
Yeah.
we were caught off guard. And you're going over here for a media shoot. You're going over here for a media shoot.
You guys are not saying no to anything because you have to.
You had to do it. It was obligations. It's on TV. You had to do TV commercials and spotlights and stuff. But at the end of the day, we just didn't perform like we were supposed to perform.
Yeah.
So that one's on us. We learned from it. Watched the game several times. And,
how many times have you watched that game?
I think I've watched it at least 8.
Okay.
Yep.
In its entirety.
It's
and
the
you probably
same.
saw
It's the
pieces of it.
same thing it was in person.
It ends the same way.
Yeah.
The movie doesn't change.
It was the game was in slow motion. It was like when you're on the bench, it was in slow motion, and you're thinking like this. It was always this feeling like, okay, we're gonna come back.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a run.
But it felt that way. Me watching it as a fan, I'm like, okay, because we know that basketball is a game of runs.
Yeah.
So there's a good team's going to make a run.
Right.
So it's always an opportunity, especially with the 3-point shooting now.
Man,
it's always opportunity.
You know, like I just said, UConn came out and did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately for us, we learned a valuable lesson, and that's make sure that we're always, the ones who hit first.
Got to. In the
You
fight, you got
can't-
to
you're
bomb
a fighter,
first.
you got to hit first, man.
Yep.
And if you don't hit first, you always playing defense.
Yep, you're getting hit there. Yes,
Yep.
100%. What is recruiting like now in this new age of the business?
Difficult.
Is it difficult?
Because you got to compete monetary wise with other players, other teams.
So when you walk in somebody's house, you pretty
Yeah.
much got to say, you got to have a dollar amount on a piece of paper to show them what you got.
I don't.
You don't,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they
yeah,
have
they
to
have-
have
yeah,
some type
no.
of inkling of what
I mean,
there's coming.
when it comes time to talking about that, we got a GM, we get the head coach, they'll deal with that. But my job is to get us to the table.
Okay.
I got to recruit my butt off and get coach in the living room, or get the kids on campus.
Yeah.
And from there, it's as a team, as a unit, we all got to sell the university and sell our program of what we can offer them. And we're a senior laden team, so we got a lot of things to offer right now.
Yeah.
We got some kids that are gonna go to the WNBA next year, be
Yeah.
the first overall pick, hopefully, God willing, and a couple other players. Hopefully, our whole 7 get to be there. So, but it's not easy, man, because the money there's always going to be that issue.
Yeah.
Before, man, I'm happy to get a scholarship offer to UCLA.
Yeah,
and go to school for
The name
free.
sold itself.
Go to school for free and
Yeah.
play in Poly.
Yeah.
Okay, but now there's got to be a little kick to it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that for me, that's the one aspect that does kind of bring the game down.
Mm-hmm.
So there's your difference.
The politics of it.
The politics of it, and you're competing against the UConns, the South Carolinas, the Notre Dame, and who can pay who more. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And that's
And now
kinda
other
crazy.
schools are starting to pop up now. You see Texas, you see
Yeah.
Notre Dame, you see other schools now
Yeah.
that wasn't a blue blood, quote
Right.
unquote, is now in the conversation because of the money
Finance,
situation.
Yeah, man. I mean, at some of the money that you hear some of these kids getting offered is like, damn, I'm 17 years old, you're making that?
Yeah. It's life changing.
Yeah. No,
Like,
that's generational change.
I was a generational change.
change
Yeah.
right there. So, and if you take care of your money right, it can be generational wealth.
100%. 100%. So what are you looking for? So you are in gyms. I'm sure AAU is a big time for you to go out and see certain
Yep.
girls or whatever.
Yep.
What are you looking for in a girl? Because I've watched a lot of videos. I'm a student of the game, so I watch all kind of documentaries and
Yeah.
coaches talk, and they're saying that they watch the body language, they watch
For sure.
the bids, they watch the parents. Is this
You
true?
watch it, yeah. You dang sure watch everything,
Yeah.
man.
Once you like it, once
for-
you see a girl that you
For
like,
me, I feel like I know a hooper when I can see one.
Mhm.
So I'm looking for the intangibles.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, are you a dog on defense? How do you communicate? Are you talking with your players? Do you have a great relationship with your coaching staff? Are you listening? Are you absorbing these, even when you're doing things wrong? Can you take that constructive criticism? So I'm looking at all that. I'm looking at, am I giving you a dap if you miss a shot?
oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Am
yeah.
I slapping you high
I got
fives?
you.
Are you diving on the floor for a loose ball? Anything, I'm looking for character things.
because most people that you're looking at can shoot the ball, so we know that you can.
Well, my
you can
job
hoop.
is to make sure that you can shoot the ball.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
pride myself on that. So I feel like,
Energy
I
and effort
can-
you don't want to teach.
No, I shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Can't.
Yeah.
If I've got to teach that, then what are we doing?
Yeah.
And basketball nowadays is such a social media thing now. Everybody Come on, man. Mixtapes.
Yes.
Mixtapes is something you gave a girl back in the day, man. You know what I'm saying? Right?
To court a girl, right?
You know what I'm saying? Mixtapes is something. Hey, man, I'm about to get that mixtape to Susan later on tonight. What y'all think, man?
A
You know what I mean?
mixtape, yes.
Mixtape is about to. Ooh, you just got crossed over.
Yeah.
You crossed over, but you didn't make the shot.
And ones. Like,
you
see a person cross over, and you don't see the end result of the shot.
You just see the crossover, and it's in slow motion.
Yeah.
All right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, dang, man, you know, it's a different game, and kids got to have those things now. You know, I got to watch a full game. I got to see what you do. If you go 2 for 10, and you're just showing me these 2 highlights.
Yeah,
that ain't doing it for me.
So walk me through a recruiting process. Like I got a 16-year-old girl, and I say, hey, coach, I got a 16-year-old girl. She can hoop, whatever. You come out and see her.
Right.
Do you come out and see her from somebody's recommendation, or do you kind of have to see footage of her before you go out and see her play?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
You know, if I know the person and I understand and I believe in their recommendation.
Yeah.
You know, and I know he or she has, you know, very good history. You know, then I would definitely go out and go see somebody play off their word, you know, because obviously they're not going to steer me wrong. If they say, hey, such and such can hoop.
Yeah.
Can she hoop? She can hoop.
Yeah.
That's all I need to hear. I'll go watch. It don't hurt me to watch.
Yeah.
I can say, yeah, man, what's wrong with your eyes?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So recommendation from one of your guys.
Or videos, and videos are hard, but you know, today's it's AAU basketball.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, you know, I think I played AAU one summer, and it was the summer before my senior year in high school. And, you know, had Jay Kidd not thrown me a ball in the corner and I hit a shot, I might not have got an offer from Oregon. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's just those, you know, I'm going to go see 20 games in a span of 3 days.
Yeah.
You know?
How are you now? It's AAU. You can go see all the top girls in one weekend.
They're spread out now. You know, before all the shoe companies, man.
Right. So Under Armour has a thing.
If I go to Under Armour, I could be in Ohio on Friday. Then Saturday I got to be in Chicago, and then Sunday I got to be in South Carolina.
But you're still in the building of some top girls.
Absolutely.
You're not. Are you still going to high school games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Within reason.
Yeah.
You know, if there's a kid that we're recruiting in Chicago when we're playing at Illinois, then I'm gonna have to go to Chicago, watch the game, and then drive up to the University of Illinois.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, you know, whenever we can see a kid play who's on our list, we're going to try to do our best to do it. But also, you have X amount of days to do it. You know, there's rules still. You know, we have, I want to say 65. I could be mistaken. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But, you know, just for example, you got, as a unit, you all have 65 days.
Oh, as a unit.
So if me and you go out and watch one kid play, that counts as 2 days because we're each going out.
Okay.
So, you know.
So when I see those coaches online and they're sitting together, the coach and the assistant coach, that counts as 2 days?
Yep.
Oh.
But see, in the summertime, you have six. The staff can have 6 coaches, but only 4 could go out. So there's always these little small details.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just can't say, hey, I'm going to go watch this kid play. I got to make sure I'm within my days to go watch this kid play.
And how does that work? So you tell your
We have a recruiting coordinator who
keeps up with that.
Keeps up with all that information and compliance. You know, compliance is on everybody's campus.
Yes.
So they right there making sure that you got your I's dotted and your T's crossed.
And so now, so you got a girl you're seeing her play. You like her. What's the next process? You first want to get some information on her. Okay.
Call the coach, AAU coach, high school coach. Call both.
Okay.
Just get a feel, check their temperature a little bit, what they're interested in. You know, kid could be from Louisiana. She might not want to come all the way to California.
Yeah.
You know, so ain't no sense in bringing in my coach if she don't want to come to California.
Of course. Yeah.
But again, it's those 4 letters, so it does.
Ain't nobody.
It's hard to say.
No.
It's hard to say no to UCLA, but we've heard no before, but it's still hard.
Yeah.
But
they entertain the offer at least.
They'll definitely entertain it.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of how you again.
When do you get the coach out there after you've done?
The coach goes out. Corey's out.
So
Corey,
she already
yeah. Corey
the
be on the
person
road more than anybody else.
So when you go and say I've seen so and so,
yeah.
or I think she's already
she would normally have a feel for it, and
already,
if she doesn't, then we bring it to her attention.
okay. But most of the time she's kind of in the loop.
She's in the know.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
I mean, like you said, especially now with social media and like that, I'm sure that she is overwhelmed with emails and that's difficult too.
The biggest thing is, we're going after a lot of high level kids too.
Yeah.
So USA basketball type kids.
Yeah.
Obviously, if there's a local kid who's on under the radar and they have an outstanding game against a kid who might be in the top, ESPN 100. You never know.
Yeah.
And those are eye-opening kids. You might pay a little bit more attention to them.
Has that happened to you before where you went out go see a kid? Say you went to Chicago, Illinois, and you looking for a kid, and you say, "Oh, who's this person?" Has
absolutely.
That happened? Okay.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
I like those type of kids because those kids are me.
Yeah. Underdog, grimy. They want to get out there.
I wear that underdog mentality badge on my chest all the time, man.
Yeah.
Because nobody saw me coming.
So now we're talking about recruiting high school kids, but with the NIL and transfer situation, how much of that has gone away, and you guys are looking at the transfer or waiting for somebody's season on the women's side of things?
I still got to look at it.
Yeah.
Because you could have a different roster every year, unfortunately, and that's the unfortunate part of the business is that we never thought we would have anticipated 6 kids leaving last year.
Yeah.
And now you got to go into the transfer portal, and the transfer portal might have 10 days in the transfer portal before the transfer portal closes.
Okay.
So you got to be on your P's and Q's, trying to mix in, get kids on campus, and.
Are you waiting to see what the transfer portal does
before a little bit
before you really go hard at? I seen Coach Cal Rick Pitino talking about they're not recruiting any high school kids anymore.
It's tough for men.
Yeah.
And it's tough for the high school kids.
Yeah.
I mean, that sucks to be a McDonald's All-American or not even say you're a 4-star or 3-star.
Yeah, you're out that.
You're out that loop.
Yeah.
Because now I can get one guy for 1 year, and I can get maybe multiple guys for 1 year. I'm not worried about this high school kid.
That's already been seasoned that he can come in and plug and play.
So now they made that junior college rule where you can go 2 years and then you got 4 more years to play.
Yeah.
Which I think is great. Again, I'm a JUCO product.
Yeah, I think it's great too.
There's nothing like junior college basketball,
Yeah.
especially in the state of California.
Yeah. Is it the same on the women's side? Because junior college basketball is a high level on the women's side, like the men's?
Yes and no.
Okay.
If you're a mid-major school, yes.
Okay.
If you're a mid-major school and you're a school, trying to get on the hump and trying to get over it, absolutely, I might want to take a junior college kid over a high school kid.
Okay.
Right? Because they're already established. They spent 2 years. They played college basketball.
Yeah.
They know what to do. Now, again, if you're ESPN top 50 kid, you should be having that pedigree to go in and be an instant maker type kid on the court.
Yeah.
But again, mid-majors don't have those, can't get
top
those
50
top
not,
50
not
kids.
coming there, so they got to go and.
I ain't going to Southeast Missouri State.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with Southeast Missouri State, but
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Southeast Missouri State or UCLA. Come on, it's not even a. That's not even a comparison.
Yes, exactly.
But at the end of the day, those schools like that might have to go into the junior college bag, have to go into the transfer portal, to get somebody to get to their school. It's tough, man. Recruiting ain't easy, man.
Especially now with all this stuff going on.
It's not an easy thing, man.
Back in the days, if you was at UCLA in the 90s, you probably be a little easier.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, because you're seeing the Toby Baileys, the Baron Davises, and all those dudes out here.
Jelani McCoy walking around, man,
hooping, man. You know what I mean? And
you want to be a part of that.
Think about all the NBA players that UCLA's produced on the men's side. Is ridiculous sometimes when you think about it. And I go in there and I look at the men's side and the women, we've done very well in the WNBA as well too. But I mean, the history that the school has of just producing pros.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Machine.
Yeah.
Now it's different now. Things have changed now. Now you see other schools kind of take that badge or whatever. So.
Yeah, but Well, both schools are doing pretty well. Both teams are doing pretty well right
Yeah,
now, man.
nah,
I think the men will have a better year this year too. I'm hoping.
They say winning cures all.
It does.
Actually, a kid, I used to coach at Crespi.
Hey, okay, that's what D
Fish,
Fish. What's up, big dog?
I taught a class called the History of Hip Hop Music there that I created, and one of the kids that was in my class, Steven Jamerson, he's at UCLA now.
Okay,
7-footer,
wow.
6'10". Yeah, but he was in my
in
first class that I had. He was one of my students.
Let's think about what you just said. Did you peep what he said? I taught a class in high school on hip hop.
Yes.
Think about our culture, man,
right?
And how far we've come. The first hip hop group that you think of, what's the first hip hop group that you think of when you think of hip hop, when you first started?
Run DMC.
Run DMC, right?
Run DMC.
Run DMC, you know, young LL Cool J,
Yes.
you know, young Beastie Boys, you know, and then all of a sudden you have NWA, and then I ain't gonna take it even further to, you know, 2 Live Crew.
Yeah. Our Grandmaster Flash and the
Grandmaster
Furious Five.
Flash,
You want to think about that.
All them dudes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, it's just like my first record was 2 Live Crew, and I was trying to, you know,
What they say?
Yeah, I was scratching and messing up the record and everything. And my mom's like, "What's you do to my needle?" Yeah. Didn't know. I just saw somebody scratching, so I started scratching. Yeah, me and my boy Danny was doing stuff like that, man. But it was crazy, man. But you taught a class in high school at Crespi.
Yes, sir.
Which is not. I don't think there's a whole lot of African Americans at Crespi.
It wasn't. It's funny because I lost my job. I used to work at the Staples Center doing merchandising, and the pandemic came. I lost my job. I was a freshman coach there, and I did a class of hip hop show forever. My wife said, "You got all this information. You should teach a class." I hated school. I don't have a teaching degree, but out of private school, they said, "Oh, put something together. Let's see what happens." I got a UC certified. So UC certified. I taught this class, and it was African American history leading up to hip hop all the way to early 2000s. So we talk about Jim Crow, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. So like you said, wasn't
Stuff
many
that
blacks.
Donald Trump trying to take away from us.
100%, exactly. Wasn't too many brothers in there, but the kids listened to the music.
And gravitate to
They
it.
wore the shoes, they wore the Jordan, they had the gear. So then they was like, oh, wow. I had 25 kids in my first class, and 10 of them said, this is my best class since I was here. And it was,
and all those kids got their pants halfway down their butt.
Half-
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
they probably call themselves ends and whatever. And as they walk through the hallways and stuff. So,
hey, what's up? What you just say? But
but they
man.
understood. And so we taught them or whatever. It was great. It was one of those things that, you know, I hope that other schools, I've been trying to get into other schools or whatever, but hip hop history.
Man, you get it, dog. I love that, man.
My brother,
That's work right there, bro. I want to go into class now.
There we go.
Yeah, I want to go into class. I want to be a special guest. I just want to sit there and we can rattle off music right now.
That's it.
You know
That's
what I mean?
it. So, we're gonna get back to basketball, but since you're talking about music, give me your top 5 hip hop groups of all time. So we're talking about music.
Hey man, I'm always gonna say Gangstar.
Okay, Gangstar.
Guru,
Perfect.
Gifted Unlimited, Rhymes Universal. That's my guy.
Yes.
And Primo, Tribe.
Oh,
Can't go wrong with Tribe.
Cannot.
Right. As much as I love Run DMC, they're not on my list. I apologize. You said top 5. This is my top 5.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
we got Gangstar, Tribe Called Quest.
I'm gonna put NWA on there because they had to represent for the West Coast for us. I love Little Brother. I'm breaking. I love Little. Fonte is a lyricist. He's a producer. He's a singer. He's so smooth. CL Smooth and Pete Rock.
CL Smooth. Okay, that's a great top 5.
Yeah.
I love all those groups. I mean, see, all those groups are probably
for different reasons too. I mean, like Little Brother came on in the early 2000s, and people are still sleeping on him. Slept on him. I'm like, I mean, like, if you think about the minstrel show, I mean, that album right there alone is ridiculous, bro. I know I didn't even say Wu-Tang because Wu-Tang is up there, and I love Chef and Ghostface. but I didn't really need all the other guys sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against him. Matthew was cool on everybody else's album, but your album wasn't really what I wanted it to always be. If that makes
My
sense.
man, I like you,
know what I'm
now
saying?
because
You know what I'm
I've
saying?
always said Method Man was overrated.
Yeah, he came out
Because if Pretty Boy, whatever, had the hair and the whole nine, but he's always
I came
good
to
on
bring the
guest-
pain, hardcore to the radio.
He was always good on guest appearances.
You know what I'm
guest
saying?
appearances.
He was
but-
guest appearance on everybody's album.
Yes.
But his album was like, this is it, dog.
Come on,
Come
man.
on, fam. I was
Come
like,
on, man.
but you put Raekwon on somebody's stuff and the Cuban Links.
Oh.
When you got that, man, come
And then
on, man.
Ghostface is my favorite, one of my favorite MCs.
If you see them and shout out to my boy Jadakiss. That's a slept on dude too.
Jada.
I mean Jada, man.
Yes.
You know, Jada is a lyricist.
Yes.
To a I mean, my God, man. I mean, so I'm hip hop head, man.
I love it. I love it.
I'm a low key DJ, but I can't do all the mixing.
Nah, me
I
neither.
wish I could, because I hear the songs in my
Yes.
I hear the songs in my head, and if I'm in the house, I can blend it all well together. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't do it on the ones and twos. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But somebody always asks, what would you want to be if you wasn't coaching? I said a DJ.
DJ.
I want to
Oh
rock
my
the
God.
crowd, man.
You and I on
Yeah.
the same
I
page,
wanna rock the
man.
crowd, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
To see people move to a music.
Man, what that you put on a song right now, and you see all these people get down and just vibe
And they get
to
that
it.
feeling, you can just feel that
what?
energy. Oh, man.
Slum Village, another group of mine. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Shout
man,
out Jay
Slum
Dilla.
Ville.
You know what I mean? You know, so
Slumville.
for sure, they all in there.
Man, I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
that's all,
I
man.
I
Yeah.
didn't expect this. This
Yeah,
was a
it's all-
surprise
it's
right
all
here.
good, man. You know?
This surprise
You
right
never
here.
know what you might get with the person you're talking to, man. I got you, dog.
And that's why it's funny, because back to my hip hop history class, I said it was open, so we could talk about. I had a kid in my class that was, like a Trump supporter or whatever,
Yeah.
but we said let's have a conversation.
Yep.
Why? Most people don't have a conversation with people. That's why they don't get along.
They have conversation.
Yeah, that right
Yeah,
there.
they-
But we never sit and
Yeah.
talk to each
Nobody
other and
talks.
never know.
No.
So we had this recourse, and they said, "Oh wow, I didn't know why so and so said this or why we did that." And the fact that you said that hits the nail right on the head. You just gotta talk to people sometimes.
Got to.
You never know what you might get out of it.
Man, music will make you talk to people, man.
Music is a great. It's funny. Music and sports
Yep.
are the things that connect people. Right now, you said you're a Phillies fan.
Yeah.
There's a guy that don't like you for any other reason but the fact that you're a Phillies fan.
Yep.
And you can connect on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Same thing in a Wu-Tang concert or a Tribe Called Quest. If you go to a Tribe Called Quest concert right now, ain't too many black people there.
Nah.
It's everybody else.
What's the documentary that Michael Rappaport made?
Beats, Rhymes, and
when they went to Japan.
yes.
And you see all those people.
Yeah.
I've been to Japan, and all those people, their hip hop scene is ridiculous.
Yes.
It's ridiculous,
Yes.
man. You know,
Yes.
I've been everywhere I go. I try to find somewhere where I can find some hip hop music, and you can hear. And I've been to a lot of different countries from this game of basketball. I've been to a lot of all over the world, man, and I always find a hip hop spot. No matter, I'll be in Malaysia, and there's a hip hop spot in
It's
Malaysia.
universal.
Yeah, it's
It's universal.
and they all know English when they come to hip hop.
When the music come on, yeah. When the music come on, they all
They know
English.
English, especially that N word too. I'm like, hey, okay, okay.
Put the A on it, don't ER
yeah,
it.
yeah. Put that A on that bad boy. Don't make me have to start tripping. But yeah.
So, what new music are you listening to? Any new artists that you listen to? Name.
You know what? I actually kind of, as you get older, you trying to change up.
Yeah.
There's this, what kind of music? It's a guy named The Bull. He was just in town. He's performed at the Greek Theater. Like, really soulful white guy. Plays a lot of different instruments.
Oh no.
But it's I'm not gonna say it's funk, but it's like some smooth type. It's not like smooth jazzy-ish.
You don't listen to any more hip hop?
I do.
No. Okay. What
like-
new hip hop you listening to?
I'm still a Drake fan. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I still
Okay.
like Drake. You know
Okay.
what I mean? I was still on Drake team when him and Kendrick had that little beef, but that's all they stuff.
Yeah.
I went to UCLA and that's all the girls paid was Kendrick, and I was like, y'all have to get off this Kendrick sometime, man. You know what I mean? I can only hear this. I can only stomach this song so much, man. And it was played every day, and I'm like, all right.
You sound like Steph Curry at the Olympics. He was like, "Man, they playing this again."
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's every day. Honestly, I don't know too many of the new guys. I like what's the DT? Tolliver, Don Tolliver.
Don Tolliver.
Yeah,
okay.
I love Don Tolliver.
Okay.
I like his music.
You should
like
check out Larry June.
Oh, come on, stop playing. That's without.
Bay
I'm from the Bay Area.
I was going to say, yes.
Of course I know Larry June.
Okay, Larry June. Larry June.
I mean, he's in the rotation.
What about
I play Larry a lot. People probably get sick of me when I put my Larry June on.
I love Larry June. There's another kid down here, Jay Worthy.
Yeah.
He's
Lil
from
Russell.
Mexico.
Lil Russell?
Lil Russell's dope.
Yeah, I like Lil Russell.
He do the backyard parties and whatnot.
Man, what?
He's an epitome of the Bay Area because
yeah.
he does like the underground stuff and
I like that.
independent.
Yeah, I like independence. I like guys who the underdogs.
What's playing in your locker room? Like right now, you walk in the locker room.
I don't know what they play in the locker room. I don't know. One, I don't go in their locker room. I wait. But nah,
what
man.
they playing in the gym? So we got shoot around or whatever, and they give the girls an ox. What's playing?
You know what's crazy is they had some K Tronada on there, and I was really happy.
Oh, I like K Tronada.
I love K Tronada,
yes,
and he's coming in concert this month.
Yes,
and I said, I was like, all right, y'all is up on something.
Yes.
What y'all know about Teedra Moses? Y'all don't know nothing about Teedra Moses.
Teedra
Moses, yeah, they was playing some Teedra Moses and K Tronada. I was like, y'all is on my team.
Did you know
right
Teedra Moses was Razzcast's baby mama?
No, I did not.
You know that?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I heard that. I want to say. I got random facts, but that's yes.
But nah,
she
man.
from out here.
Is she really? I thought she's from the South. Is she from the city?
I want to say she's from out here, but I may be mistaken. But I know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So nah, man. I mean,
they
be playing. You know what? A lot of them. Last year, I learned a lot of Jersey. What's the Jersey music?
Drill.
Nah, the Jersey beats and.
Oh no.
Kyrie. They be making some like it's not
like a juke or something like that.
Nah, it's Jersey. It's like Jersey house music, man. It's but they
I ain't never heard of them.
Yeah. I'll turn you on to it when we get off the camera.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but no, man. So whatever they listen to, that's their music, man.
You just kind of.
I just vibe, man. Whatever's on my list, man.
Got you.
Yep.
I got you. Let's get back to basketball real quick when we get out of here.
Okay.
The W. Women's basketball in general. Women's basketball over the last 2 or 3 years have seen an uptick. You see Juju, you see Paige, you see Asia, you see Caitlin Clark, you see Betts with you guys, you see Big Foe over at LSU. You see, we know names now.
Yeah.
Where do you see women's basketball in the next 5 years, and are you shocked it took this long for people to catch on?
I've been shocked that it took this long. I would have loved the WNBA to have a franchise in every NBA city. Mm-hmm. I think that's what's needed. I think more and more youth is playing basketball, and they need to have their opportunity to hoop.
Yeah.
You know, no disrespect to any women out there still hooping in their 40s. I love it. Get your money, boo-boo. But at the end of the day, there's a 20-year-old girl or a 22-year-old girl who is an All-American who can't make a team because people have guaranteed contracts in the WNBA, you know.
I was shocked that Deja Kelly from UNC, or she went to Oregon after that, couldn't find a roster spot.
It's tough, man. When you've got a roster of only 11 and 10 of them got guaranteed contracts, so you can still get picked after the lottery, which is really the first 5 or 6 players in the WNBA. It's tough to make a team.
It's crazy
because there's only 13 teams.
It's crazy how limited.
Yeah,
and I didn't realize that we had 11 people on the roster. Why don't we have 15 or whatever?
Can't afford to pay them.
Can't afford to pay them. The money.
Yep.
The money.
So in the next 5 years, we'll have 4 more franchises. Philly's going to be out there in 2030. I think that they should have, if they could get their total up to, say, 24 franchises, I'd love to see that.
Okay.
I'd love to see that. 24 WNBA franchises would be phenomenal because now you're giving these young women an opportunity to
not have to go overseas or anywhere else. They can stay home.
And they're staying local now. You've got the Unrivaled League, the 3-on-3 league, which is awesome in its own right that you're playing 3-on-3. And I think you got to thank Ice Cube for that.
Ice Cube, the big three.
You
Yeah.
the big three. But no, they said, okay, we like the big three concept, but we're gonna make it full court and shrink the court.
Yeah.
That's not easy.
No.
Now you got to get up and down the floor.
You got to move.
So you got to move.
You gotta
Ain't
move.
no hiding.
Nah, ain't
and
no
3
hide,
on 3,
especially
you
on three.
can't hide.
5 on 5 you can hide, but no 3 on 3 you
3 on
can't.
3, you got to hoop. You
Yeah.
got to know how to play some defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I like the different variables that those ladies are having now. They got another league called Athletes Unlimited AU, and they get to hoop in that. In the off season, they don't have to go overseas. It's just, they need to be paid.
Yeah.
Pay them, and it's tough when you're not. Like tonight, we watched a little bit of the game. That place is packed.
Yeah.
It's packed.
Yeah.
And but it's the finals. It better be packed,
It should be packed.
right?
Yeah.
San Francisco. Shout out to them. They, the Valkyrie had sold out.
Oh, they killed it.
They killed it.
They
I
killed
mean,
it.
when you see that type of want and love from cities and people to come out, gotta add more teams.
Got to
man.
nurture it.
Gotta do it. This
gotta
is the
nurture it.
time. No better time right now. We are the women's sports in general, soccer games, lacrosse games. It don't matter what it is. It is hot. Softball games. It's hot.
Yeah.
Volleyball games. You ever been to a women's volleyball game? That stuff is ridiculous.
I have
Those
not.
girls can jump.
They-
Dudes can jump too. I'm like, it's just, women's sports in general, man.
What
is
is
on
what does
uprise.
the WNBA need to do? Actually, did you hear? I'm sure you heard about
Yeah.
the Nafisa Collier's
yep.
whole situation about that, and she kind of called out the. What does the WNBA need to do to get more eyes on them and build the brand?
I think they have eyes on them. They just need to. I just think more people in the stands.
How do we do that?
I mean, I think
Is it-
I think they're doing it, man. To be honest, I think they're
Yeah.
really out there promoting women's sports. You can't watch a sporting event now and not see a professional women's basketball player or any kind
Yeah.
of professional woman not on TV. Like
Yeah.
tennis, you're always going to see, Serena on there. You're going to
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
the what's the young lady's name?
Coco Gauff.
Or you're going to see these, women out here
Naomi
now.
as well, too, yeah.
Naomi on TV. It don't. I mean, she's driving around a Lincoln for crying out loud
Yeah.
on TV. It's like
Yeah.
that's a promotion. You're promoting women's sports, right?
I
there.
think right now, I'm happy that they're individualizing the sport a little bit to where we know players. The
Yeah.
reason why we like the NBA is because we
You
know
know
who
players.
Kyrie is. We know
Yeah.
the player. We knew Michael Jordan
Jordan,
was.
yeah.
Michael Jordan was dunking and doing all, and we wanted to be like him. So now we can see Asia with a shoe or Anescu with a shoe or
And they're starting to branch out. You know,
Yes.
like Reebok and Angel Reese has a
Yeah.
shoe, and Stewie's with Puma.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like
that's helping.
These
that's
are,
helping.
Under Armour's got
Kelsey Plum.
Plum.
Yep. Yeah.
And they got all these different deals now. Which
Yeah.
They just need to continue to grow,
Yeah.
and more women are out here. Young ladies are out here playing basketball.
And you got you said 7 of your girls
Potential
potential. You got
prospects.
2 or 3 really. You got
Yeah.
you got the potential number one.
You got the potential,
Potential
number one.
number one.
Hopefully,
Yes.
God willing. But
yes.
it's just end of the day. We hope the league don't go on strike, because I think that'll kill us.
Oh, that
That'll hurt.
definitely will.
That'll hurt.
Definitely slow.
So they
momentum
gotta
down. Figure it out.
They gotta figure it out. They gotta pay them. They gotta pay them.
They gotta get rid of the commissioner.
I mean, if they do, if they don't, it's either way, their collective bargaining agreement has to be, fair.
Yeah.
And they have to get paid what they're worth. And it's tough when you're in small market cities and you're in, Indiana's not really a great big market, but Caitlin has made that a market.
Yeah.
But
But so they say pay them what they're worth, but if they've lost money for the last 10 years, that means you're in a hole.
Yeah.
So I can't pay you what you're worth if you still owe me
but they
for
got
10 years of
but
back pay.
That's where they need people who they need smart business people. And I'm not saying they don't have it, because I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
There has to be a plan. There has to be something that's going to help them grow and expand the WNBA. And
Yeah.
they need expansion.
Yeah.
They need to, they're going to be in Toronto,
Yeah.
right?
They are.
Toronto's an expansion team. Portland's an expansion team.
Philly.
Philly. But I don't know why they're taking 4 years, but whatever.
Yeah.
But, how come there's not one, in what am I thinking here? We got New Orleans,
Yeah.
right? I think
Every-
Cleveland's come back. Every NBA franchise, if there's 30 NBA teams, 30 WNBA teams. There should not be a reason that they don't have that.
I think what they're doing, looking at, like, you look at LA, and I've been to Sparks games, and they only sell tickets for the lower bowl.
Yeah.
And those tickets are now not very
very expensive,
but now you got people that
the problem
when Caitlin
is-
Clark came last year, that game sold out. So now we got marquee matchups. And I think that's what the reason why NBA is selling out, because when LeBron comes to town, we want to see LeBron or Steph come to town. So I think that's going to change.
But those people have to play.
Yes.
Michael Jordan didn't take a game off.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
he didn't take a game off.
Absolutely
as
not.
much as we love our guys that are playing in the NBA, but they're crying about 82 games.
But making $150 million.
Michael was getting his head took off and still
Detroit's
came out
knocking
and
his head off.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Come on, man. Play.
So when your girls, when hopefully there's no lockout or strike, when your girls go to the W, are you going to New York? Will you be in New York?
No question about it. I'm being. You gonna see me?
You gonna be in your Sunday's best?
Yeah, I'll be in something for sure.
That's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna be out there, y'all. That's my dog. That's right.
Funny. That's
I will find a way to be on TV.
Throw them your fours, huh?
Yeah. I'll be on that TV smiling.
Hopefully you got a championship ring on.
That's the bet right there.
That's
Pow.
it, right there,
Yes,
right there. So what's next for you as a coach, and are you looking to be a head coach?
I don't know. I enjoy doing what I do.
Okay.
If the opportunity presented itself, then that's something I'll talk about, with my family and everybody else. But right now, I love being at UCLA. I love being a Bruin. I love the culture there.
I love LA. That's what you're trying to say. I love LA, right?
Not the Dodgers or the Rams.
He said, I love LA.
I love UCLA. I love UCLA, Yeah.
So you're not ruling out being a head coach, but whatever the opportunity
if opportunity presents itself, and it's the best fit for me at the time.
You'll look at it and it's the best.
Of course, would I be stupid not to?
Yeah,
you got to do that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. So we're about to get out of here, man.
Yep.
But I really want to say thank you because I listened, like I said, conversation. You guys put on an excellent event, and I learned a lot by just watching y'all. And like I said, it's kind of like when you see, when you see Tiger Woods and you say a black kid can play golf. I seen an older gentleman like me amongst these younger 22-year-olds hooping, and they sweats tucked into their socks hooping or whatever. And I'm like, it's still a place for me. So I appreciate you guys doing that because this game saved my life. Hip hop and basketball saved my life.
Yep.
And I want to continue to do that or whatever. And you guys allowed me to now rejuvenate because, like I was telling Pudge, I was thinking about wrapping it up because the energy wasn't right and things were right, but going to your spot. So I want to say thank you for that.
I appreciate it, man.
That was great.
We got to create our own energy sometimes, man. And you by doing that, and like I said, if I lose the ability to teach and connect, it's time for me to leave.
Yes, sir. And also thank you because I didn't know you like that. I reached out and said thank you for the opportunity for the event, and then I just DM you. I shoot my shot, man. I'm a shooter.
Hey, man.
I'm gonna shoot my shot. And look at you here.
I'm here,
man.
right?
You here?
Yeah,
here.
I ain't but 15 minutes away. So
Okay.
I'm here.
Are you local?
I live in Woodland.
Okay.
Hills.
Yeah, I'm in West Hills. So okay. Okay. So we have to get some food or something.
Absolutely, man.
And
Joey's.
Yeah. Joey's is a spot.
Joey's is fine.
My wife just went there with her friends.
Joey's, man. Yep. Absolutely.
So thank you for coming, man.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Appreciate
and
it, man. All day, baby.
My man. Oh, man, we can talk hip hop all day.
All day.
But we're going to get out of here, man. This is the Hoops and Hip Hop Podcast. Yes. My name is Coach Carter, a.k.a. Mellow One. We got plus 55 on the ones and twos. Thank you to James Clark for coming through, man.
Appreciate you.
Out. Peace.
Peace.